Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Finance Rebel Show. Finance Rebel Show is a show all about encouraging you to break free of all the social societal norms and become financially independent. Because society wants you to be broke. Society wants you to be in debt. But I'm here to tell you there's another way. Just rebel. Think for yourself, make money for yourself, invest for yourself. And in that way, you can be independent of what's going on in the system. So today, we're just going to talk about a few things. I'm not going to be on here super duper long, super duper busy day. But I am your host, Kamari Ellis of the Finance Rebel. I would encourage you all to share this with someone who might need a little extra financial knowledge gap bump. Because again, we're here to help empower people become finance rebels. Today, we're going to talk about Major League Baseball. Something really exciting, right? Good old baseball. I don't really know anybody who likes baseball anymore. We're going to talk about Major League Baseball, and we're also going to talk about Amazon just for a little bit. All right. So today, Major League Baseball announced that they are going to drop marijuana from its restricted list. Now, you might say, Kamari, well, what does that really have to do with money in baseball? Well, it's a great sign to show that marijuana is becoming adopted. I won't go into it too deep. I actually did a great interview with Courtney Nicole Richardson from the Ivy Investor talking about the benefits of marijuana and also the stigmatisms of marijuana. So the federal government still lists marijuana as a class 1 narcotic. That's right, I said narcotic. So it's classified with the likes of heroin and cocaine. Ironically, the Major League Baseball is going to start testing now for opioids and cocaine. You're probably wondering, well, why weren't they testing for that before? But I don't know. But like I said, marijuana comes with a lot of stigmatisms, a lot of them that are false, a lot of them are baseless. I've never seen anybody do marijuana and resort to the level of what cocaine or heroin or opioids might encourage you or influence you to do. But nevertheless, marijuana is dropping it from a restricted list, so players can now smoke marijuana, eat marijuana, ingest marijuana. There's plenty of studies that show marijuana usage helps to speed up recovery. And Major League Baseball players are athletes. I know a lot of people don't think they're athletes, but they are athletes. And so there is a good use case for them there. But again, why is that important? Well, baseball is America's sport. Baseball, for a long time, was loved by America, still loved by America. Actually, baseball and baseball owners have some liberties that many other sports leagues don't have. But now it's just showing that it's becoming more and more adopted. It's becoming more and more widespread. So what is that going to do? That's going to lead possibly to the legalization of marijuana in the United States. There's already a bill in Congress right now. I believe it's still in committee. I don't think it's made it to the floor. Probably won't make it to the floor anytime soon. But again, keep your eye out on marijuana. Marijuana stocks, probably one of the best ways to invest and take advantage of building wealth with marijuana is through the stocks. They are quite volatile. Again, I'm not telling you to invest in them right now, but keep your eye on them. Get educated about it. Become educated about any investment you may potentially pursue from a tax perspective and also from a perspective of losing money, because with any investment, you can lose money. All right. So let me know what you think about marijuana and Major League Baseball. Now, I saw this article and I was wondering, right, because I actually hate these type of articles. So what would happen if you invest $1,000 in Amazon? Well, there was a great article ran today, and I usually hate these type of articles because they're so one-sided, right? Life, the market, business, everything goes through cycles. Some days you're up, some days you're down. Some days you don't know what's going on. It's the same thing in the stock market. And so people always kind of show these, well, what would have happened if I invested $1,000 in Amazon? Or what would have happened if I had invested $1,000 in Microsoft? And again, I usually hate them because they only show the bad side. Well, I said, what I'm going to do going forward is I'll start showing these the good side and the bad side, right? So I'll find a stock that you could invest it in 10 years ago that you invested $1,000 in and lost your money, but I'll also find one where you could invest $1,000 and made money, and we'll go through each one of them, right? So there'll be like mini case studies, and we can look at them. So today we're going to look at Amazon, and so Amazon, $1,000 invested in Amazon roughly 10 years ago, right? So it had been 2009 to current day, December, let's say December 9th, will be worth $13,300. So you got it, $1,000 invested 10 years ago would have grown to $13,300. That's pretty impressive, right? That is a return of 1,239%, or 1,239%. You ain't gonna get that in the bank nowhere. So I bring these up, right, because I'm always talking about investing in what you know. Well, there was a poll that came out and said 42% of Americans shop on Amazon. Now, do me a favor, type in the chat yes or no if you buy on Amazon. I know I buy on Amazon. I buy on Amazon a lot. I buy on Amazon for almost everything. My wife buys on Amazon weekly and sometimes daily, but don't tell her I talked about her on here because she might get mad because I was talking about her behind her back. But in any case, I tell people to invest in what you know. Basically, invest in products and services that you use often. So again, if you use Amazon a lot, look at investing in Amazon. If you buy Nikes, invest in Nike. If you like Apple or use Apple or have Apple products, buy Apple. If you like Androids, buy some Google. Or actually, Google's name now is called Alphabet. Okay, but point being, invest in the things that you know. I'm actually really happy. I encouraged my cousin to buy her first piece of stock. She bought Tiffany's. Now, that could tell you a lot. But Tiffany's is being brought by LVMH, basically Louis Vuitton. All right, so Louis Vuitton is a French company, owns a whole bunch of stuff. Why did I tell her to invest in Tiffany's? Because she likes Tiffany's stuff. She likes their jewelry. She likes a lot of their stuff. And it was her first stock purchase. So I said, buy what you know. She understands Tiffany's. All right. So, okay. So Miss Charlene says she invests in or buys Amazon or buys on Amazon. Jacque, I believe I'm saying it right. I hope I'm not butchering it. Jacque says he buys on Amazon. And Eric Muhammad, do you buy on Amazon, Eric? Please do you contact me. I will double check, Eric. I don't know you were in contact, so I apologize. So McCoy D33 also buys things on Amazon. So everybody uses Amazon, or a lot of people use Amazon. And so if you remember, Amazon started out as merely a bookstore, right? They started out as a bookstore during the time where there was a lot of Borders around. There was a lot of Barnes and Nobles. I think Weldon Books was another one, but they went against the odds and they said, you know what, we're going to take something that's offline, online. And so they started selling books, and that's all they did. So they niched in books. So that tells you something. There's a saying called there's riches in the niches, right? So the better you're able to niche down and provide stellar service or provide the market something they need in this particular category, it's great. Another example of niching down would be a Motown, right? They made music for the Black community. Another example of niching down would be BET, Black Entertainment Television, created by Robert Johnson, who later sold that to Viacom for $4 billion. So again, Amazon niched down. They figured out how to service their niche. And then what did they do once they serviced their niche? They expanded into other categories. And so now you can buy just about everything on Amazon, from CDs and movies and books and clothing, car parts, pencils, pens, rulers, all kinds of things. So you can buy everything on there. That's why so many people buy on there. But they also refined a lot of their automations and their back-end stuff, or their back-end processes, They figured out a way to really stay up to date with technology. And ironically, a lot of other companies failed for that reason. Look at the Sears, right? Sears basically went out of business, and they were the leaders. If they would have probably kept doing their catalog, they might have stayed in business a bit longer. But they had poor management. Management really, really dictates how well a company does. Economy will factor on it. Prices, like right now, we have this potential trade war today that they announced that there's potentially a deal between the United States and China because on December 15th, a 15% tariff was coming due, but they resolved that. But usually companies that have great leadership, great management, are able to survive all the twists and turns in the market and the economy. And I believe you have that with a Jeff Bezos. He's been able to do that time in and time out. And so, that's one of the reasons why I like Amazon. If anybody read or watched one of my latest videos about investing using Cash App, one of the stocks I brought a fractional share in was Amazon. Right now, Amazon is like $1,752, $1,752. And so I brought up a fraction of that, right? Because it doesn't really matter if you buy a whole share or not. What really matters is the money you invest in and what rate of return you're going to get. Now, you'll hear different thoughts and philosophies on that. But for me, it's about the dollars. If I can put $1 into something and I can make, 10%, 20%, 30%. Now, you just saw what I talked about with Amazon, investing in Amazon 10 years ago. Investing $1,000 in Amazon 10 years ago would have yielded you $13,300. That's a great return. The return was 1,239%. That's great. So, but that's what I'm looking for. And I like the stock market because you can take advantage of other people's brilliance. You can take advantage of other people's access to capital or access to resources, something you might not necessarily have yourself. I tell people all the time, stock market doesn't really care about race, creed, color, nationality, or sexuality. It just cares about the green on each side of the trade. And so that's one of the reasons why I really, really like the market. And then I don't have to lift or swing any hammers or any wood or hang any drywall and sheetrock. So, I tell people all the time I'm a little lazy. I'm not looking to do a whole bunch of work, especially when I can invest in real estate through the stock market. I can invest and get paid a dividend or generate cash flow through buying stock as well through a dividend. But I like Amazon. I think Amazon has great potential. Coming back to the original thesis of investing in what you know. Everybody knows Amazon. Everybody rocks with Amazon. Everybody buys from Amazon. And if you remember in recent history, Amazon also brought Whole Foods, another place I like to go, but don't tell anybody I said that. They might think I'm bougie or something. But they brought Whole Foods. And what did they do when they went to Whole Foods? They lowered prices, and they also used Whole Foods as a distribution center. So they're able to do Amazon pickups, Amazon deliveries. You can get discounts when you have Amazon Prime. So they integrated their businesses to benefit one another, right? So they gave Amazon another distribution point, and Whole Foods customers started to be able to use discounts for being a part of the Amazon platform. I don't see that changing for Amazon or any of their businesses. If any of you all, especially the ladies that are watching, buy Zappos, shoes from Zappos, they brought Zappos and they just let Zappos do what they do. And Zappos has a lot of good customer service ratings. A lot of people love that company. So Amazon has really figured out this whole retail matrix, and they're dominating it. So I think they're going to be in business for quite some time, doing good business for quite some time. So I think they're a good, viable investment for some time. Now, some may say, well, again, it's $1,752. It's too late for me to get in. Like I just said, you can buy fractional shares, and you can kind of build up over and over again by just investing a little bit at a time. It can be $25. It could be $1, right? Again, you can invest with the Cash App, buying fractional shares. Now, I am not telling you all to buy Amazon. This is my disclaimer. Past performance is not an indicator of future results. All right, that's my financial advisor and investment management coming out of me, the compliance coming out of me, because I don't want anybody saying that Kamari told me to buy Amazon and then Amazon tanked it with the 1,500. All right, so before you buy any investments, please check with your tax advisor and your investment advisor. All right, so again, if you want to talk investments, finance throughout the week, you can always find me at the Finance Rebel Group on Facebook. All you have to do is put in the search box the Finance Rebel Group. Excuse me, Finance Rebel Academy. I typed that in wrong. Finance Rebel Academy. You can join. It's totally free. We talk money, we talk wealth, taxes, investments, the whole nine. Would love to have you. But all I require is that you be a good member. Don't come in there talking crazy to people. Don't come in there trying to talk down and insult people. We're a good, harmonious community. Sometimes online, people get a little rambunctious and beside themselves, and they say things they wouldn't normally say to people in person. I'll just leave it at that. All right. So if you have any questions for me, again, feel free to text me at 484-278-1357. Again, 484-278-1357. And so until the next time, until the next broadcast, Mari Ellis out. Have a great night, everybody.